Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're out here in the wastelands, just southwest of Torzag Shelter. I went back, didn't do anything in the city, really, but I decided we should come out here and knock this one out. The Price of Freedom, the Outlaw Camp. And then we can grab Garrick's stuff along the way back, and then we can head over to Larnak and Avernum to get the thing for the Prince. And then maybe we can try to knock out the Utvarar as well. They're two trials that we have left. We'll see what we can do. But for now, let's focus on the task ahead, which is taking down the outlaws. All right. After scouring the desert for some time, you receive word from your returning scouts that they have spotted a gathering of people some distance away. They display several dented and broken legionnaires' helmets dangling from chains on long poles. No doubt this must be the slave tribe you were sent out to deal with. Your spies also report that the tribe apparently stores the bulk of their water supplies in a single place. Maybe if you wait until dusk and make your way in stealthily into the camp, a few trusted companions in you could sabotage that. Being deprived of water, the rabble's chance of survival would become void. Try to force them into a pincer, attacking from two sides, or go for the water supplies. This sounds messed up, but I want to try it. All right, Skulker team is Krifta. Oh, we get to bring 4? Oh, I don't think Gorgoro is gonna like this. Let's try... Ren, you can operate in the front row. Okay, yeah, these 4, confirm. You approach the slave tribe warily with a small group. As you do, you can hear laughter, the sound of carousing, and bold, bittersweet songs about freedom. Soon you arrive at the outer edge of camp and spot a large stone tub and a pile of water skins next to it, just as described to you by your spies. The outlaws didn't bother to station too many guards, only a handful or so lighter around the perimeter, mostly scanning the wasteland instead of watching their supplies. But nevertheless, you must be careful not to get noticed. You carry a horn with you to alert the Comitatus in case you do. You hope there will be no need for that. We have a very high chance, we have lots of Skulker, we're very dexterous, and we might as well go ahead and use our 10% bonus. We succeeded 99 to 100. That's wild. You managed to reach the water supplies without being spotted. You and your companions quickly produce daggers and begin to slice open the water skins. One of them damages the stone tub. Soon the precious life-giving liquid trickles through the cracks and seeps into the dusty ground. You make your way back to the Comitatus as silently as you came. You decide it would be best to wait for dawn and see if your active sabotage had the desired effect. You order a few spies to lie in wait not far from the outlaw camp and report as soon as they see any results. The night passes. Okay. We've done the thing. We will rest. End day. Not long after sunrise, you can hear commotion coming from the direction of the outlaws' camp. Angry and desperate cries echo through the morning stillness. Soon your scouts return, reporting that the operation was a success. Upon discovering the loss of their water supplies, the outlaws plunged into chaos, many of them leaving immediately, others bickering and fighting among themselves, blaming each other and even resorting to violence. This should be the end of this so-called tribe. While the Comitatus prepares for departure, a few of the outlaws stumble into your camp. It is unclear whether they came to the conclusion that only you can be responsible for their ill fate, for who else was in this empty wasteland? But if so, they do not care. Surely even getting captured and being enslaved again is preferable to slowly dying of thirst or being picked off by desert predators. You order them to be shackled so you have proof for the Justiciar Maximus, and then give word to search the nearby abandoned camp and loot everything. They even manage to finish off the few remaining outlaws who resist. Eventually they return and you signal the Comitatus to set out. A bounty awaits. Did we just commit a war crime? I think we might have. That was rough, but we didn't even have to fight anybody. Wild. All right, we have to go to Tarathian's Falls to find Garrick's stuff. So let's go down here. Oh, no need to mess with the Sergeridites. Let's see here. A little to the east. I'm wondering if it's like here. But we can get our movement today, so let's go that way. Get a rest going. A little further. 3 nodes in the area. I'm guessing it's 1, 2, 3. So let's try that. Not there. Haha! Shortly after you cross in Tarathian's Falls, Garrick pulls you aside. He seems to be a little more humble than usual. There, he whispers as he points to the stone pillars dotting the region. That's where I hid my treasure at the foot of one of those spires. You ask him how he suggests for you to proceed. Methinks it's best if we assemble a wee search party. No need for leading the whole Sodden Comitatus into those narrow gullies any further. Gather a group as Garrick suggests and start searching the area. We will do that. Garrick has to come along. Let's bring Gorgoro, Kreefta, and then Eilani. That seems like a good crew of 4. That's a good mate. The dwarf grins. Now follow me if you effing please. Trust me, I know the way. Garrick takes you on a long meandering path through the maze of ever-present rock pillars. You try to keep track, but after a while you get the impression that your companion is deliberately leading you astray and confusing you. Most likely he does not want you to find this place later for some reason, which is quite crazy, given that he is the one who has led you here in the first place. Of course, Garrick never behaves predictably when it comes to guarding his riches. We cannot have a Deputy Venatorus assigned? And less than hunting. Well, alright. Whatever. As you press on and turn a corner around one of the pillars, you find yourself in a narrow ravine. Garrick stands in the middle of this canyon, his pistol at the ready. We're close now, he shouts. Then you hear a howl from above and the dwarf spins around. What was that? You 2 pitch-black, 4-legged reptilian shapes appear on the surrounding cliffs and begin their slow, threatening descent towards your group, hissing as they approach. You happen upon black crowogs and must stand your ground against them. Garrick cocks his pistol. Now come on, Yen, you bastards. The crowogs roar in answer. Holy crap. They're huge. 27. Jeez. All right. There we go. Begin fight. I wish you would have let me bring more people, but such is the way. Focus the one on the left. I've been stabbed. That's not funny. Just poke him. And then please don't miss for the love of God. All right, a 6 is acceptable. Jesus, he lit us on fire. And again, how rude. Good shot. We should be able to kill this guy. We've done so. All right, Gorgoro, get some health back. Good poke. Stop with your fire, that's cheating. I can't use fire, you shouldn't be able to either. Maybe stun? We did get a stun off. I should have led with that from the beginning. Shoot him for 11. Fantastic news. Hey, he's done. All right, that went pretty well. Could have been worse. Hopefully no more combat. The scaled monstrosities throw themselves at your small group without any concern for their own lives. In the end, your Komis are able to defeat the Crowogs. Garrick spits on the last beast's carcass, which is still twitching in its death throes. What a shitty day to be looking for me stash. Never thought I'd encounter critters like these here. Come to think of it, you have never heard of black Crowogs hunting in the southern range of Tarathian's Falls either, nor any Imperial lands so far from Dragmalak. I've never heard of Dragmalak before. Anyhow, oh wait, Garrick grumbles. My buried stuff shouldn't be too far now. Follow Garrick and press on. Follow Garrick, but not before harvesting their cadavers. We lost a little movement, that's not a big deal. At length, Garrick leads you to a tall pillar of stone. To you, it looks like all the others, but then again, you are not the one who hid something underneath it. Now we dig, the dwarf proclaims. Your Komis begin to proceed. It takes half an hour or so for them to unearth a small metal box. Upon seeing it, Garrick is barely capable of containing himself. He jumps up and down, which is something you do not see often. Yes, that's it, me friggin' precious stuff. Just to be sure, you ask him whether this is what he wanted. Oh, indeed it is, mate. He grins. You'll get your share once all me shares are tallied. It's time to return to the Comitatus. Gained insight, Garrick gained loyalty. Alrighty. Okay, and then we will head back to Torzags. How much supplies do we have? We got 5 days. I hope it's not a big deal to go through the Tarathian's Fall here, or camp in it. Apparently not. And we out of here. Awesome. Well, that's good. 2 things knocked out early in the episode. We've accomplished much. And now we go west. And hopefully we can get the last of Garrick's stash out that way too. 2 days left. And then in we go. Approach the guards, nothing to hide. Use our connections, get in the city. All right, now sell all this garbage. I don't need their stuff. Okay, so the plan is west from here to Lumen, up to Crystal. I don't want to tackle Krifta's thing just yet. I want to get some of my other companions to be better off. But we will definitely hit Garrick's last stash on the way through Mirage. So we're just gonna head west here. Let's look for supply missions. Excuse me, had the hiccups. Supply missions that would take us west. So Lumen is acceptable. Arcane is not the right direction. Larnak is okay. Lumen is also fine. Can we do both? Sure enough. Devon, Arcane, Devon, near Lumen. Crimson Gates is the exact opposite direction. Right, there's something for the Church of Oscul that we could pick up if we get some more cargo capacity, but that's it. So let's go ahead and get another Beast of Burden. And that gives us 4 more, but 2 of these are spoken for. So let's go ahead and get, why don't we get 2 more, and then we'll have to get a few more workers like that. That way we can get the necessary supplies we need to go on a long run. So let's see here. Lumen was what we were after. And then do we want to do anything as far as like escorting? Doesn't look like it. All right, that's good. I think that's a good amount. And then we'll just buy literally all the supplies they have. Bam. Got a little extra space, but that's fine. And we got 12 days. Anybody want to go? Hey, a zealous overseer? I don't think we're gonna go to Tectum Carvos this time, but we will take you with us because we're going that way anyway. Let's head out. And then hit the road immediately. We should be able to make a decent amount of money with this run through Lumen to Larnak. And then I'm hoping we can pick up some more money making endeavors along the way to Arcane, but we'll have to see. It's kind of a crapshoot whether or not you can get a good mission to Arcane from Larnak or not. A lot of the times they want you to go straight on to Devon. And if we want to do the Utverar stuff, how dare you? I should get some more Osculite charms. It takes 2 to get rid of every single, like, undead horde. But they're well worth it. They're not very expensive. And undead are, like, some of the most annoying enemies to fight because they don't ever retreat. They're undead. Why would they care? Aw, man. Buy the slaves. Negotiate a lower price. And then, corral them and continue your journey. Garrick gained loyalty, Gorgoro got upset with me. But that is probably the best way to deal with it in the short term, and then just offload them in Lumen. Just because everybody else gets mad if you do one way or the other, so. We should drop off our things. Sort. These are all going to Larnak. And does anybody want me to take anything to Larnak? You do! Great news! Larnak it is. And that's it. Everything else is back to Torzag's Shelter or Devon. Or the Crimson Gate. Alright, well that's that. Let's offload some of our beasts then. We don't need the whole crew. What do we got for days? Days of travel is 9. Mirage is 6 days away. And more supplies can be had in Mirage. So let's go ahead and sell Beasts of Burden. We should remember to get dried fruits when we go through Mirage, so we can deliver them to the Euskori so they like us more. It would be cool to get bug mounts eventually. Now, the one thing is, I always think about buying crystal, Flava crystal in Lumen, or the other crystal, the blue one, in Lumen and then selling it in Larnak, but I feel like that one's a tricky one. It's not always, yeah, I was gonna say, it's not always a guaranteed payoff. And this is exactly what I was talking about last episode, where if you look at the difference between the two, it says it's a positive, but it's not, because if you buy it in Lumen and then sell it in Larnak, you've just lost five bros. So, unless you look at it the other way, I guess the Mines of Plenty you could make money off of. But you can't, yeah, it's tricky. You have to pay attention to what the actual prices are. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I think that's true. We don't have any movement, so we might as well rest here tonight. Do you guys want to go anywhere? Not where we're headed, so sorry. Let's talk to Gorgoro. He's, I think he's actually congenial for the first time ever. Dang it! For the love of God, trust me. I guess we have to get him up to... Oh, he went back to neutral because of the stupid slaves. Ah! He's so hard to deal with, man. All right, end the day. Is there any oil for sale in the town here? Does not look like it. All right, well, we should look out for more oil for Gorgoro. Maybe we can get him back to congenial and then possibly push his loyalty higher. Oh, do we not have a Spellweaver? We don't. Whoops. Well, we can't really. I think that, so that's an oversight on my part. We should have swapped the Spellweaver while we were resting in Lumen there, because we could have gone straight through. But now we have to go around, because just resting to put a Spellweaver in the rotation doesn't really make sense. What we could do, though, is camp now and swap out the Spellweaver for our Slave Driver. And call that good. I think we did it, right? Yep. Because now we can assign... We can add in the heat shielding crystal here. And then we can swap out our dogs, I guess, for our goggles. Although we shouldn't do it right now. I just realized I made a mistake there. So you got to be careful when doing this. So when you put the heat shielding crystal on, it actually lowers your movement. So don't equip it before you actually need it. Only equip it right before you go through the crystals. So go ahead and end the day again. Gorgoro, one of these days you'll actually get healed, my man. Throw that heat shielding crystal on, and then we get to walk right through. Ta-da! Oop, sorry. We should also probably, like, help these dudes out with their... Hey, mission to Larnak. With their, like, plan to not rebuild, but build a better version of, a bigger version of Crystal. Like, I think they want, like, ivory and marble or something. I should look into that. It's probably just a chance to make more money, but, you know, I like money. We still have 6 days worth of supplies, so I think we're fine resting in Crystal today. Exchange for news. Go ahead and rest. Send you guys out into the world. You made a decent amount of money, actually. Good job, guys. Any oil here? None. Nobody wants me to oil up Gorgoro in this town. Understandable, I guess. Off into the desert we go. We're making a lot of progress on like the greater story missions. Probably not so much so much progress on the companion missions as we would want. But we're trying our best. All right, we got to remember who's in charge now? House Darius. I think I have a good relationship with them. Maybe. Hey, more missions to Larnak? You're welcome. I think it was supplies though, so we should be careful. Gonna max out the supplies that are ours, and then we're actually gonna pick up another beast of burden, and then we're gonna buy all the dried fruit that we can. Bam. And this is for our Yaskori friends. I probably should have only bought three stacks of it now that I think about it. Oops. That's my bad. But that's fine. We'll be okay. We need to go south of here though and find Garrick's stash before heading west to Larnak. And it basically looks like it's due south of here. Do we have enough scouts? We have 3 scouts. I think that's acceptable. Any passengers going the right way? Not really. Have a nice day, everybody. Due south. Do you think it's like right here? Maybe not. Maybe it's a little closer. We found it. The desert landscape south of Mirage stretches before you as far as the eye can see. Undistinguished, featureless, endless. Yet Garrick seems to be sure this is the exact spot where he has hidden his stash. You wonder how he knows amidst the ever-shifting dunes, but the dwarf seems to have a keen eye for such things. He insists that the hiding spot is nearby, so you decide to follow him. You come upon a curious formation of rocks among tall dunes. That's how I know, says Garrick, pointing at it. Your workers have to do quite a bit of digging at the base of one of the jagged stones. After some time, their tools strike solid stone. Garrick is barely able to contain his excitement. Yeah, there we go. But then his expression of joyful greed turns to one of utter bafflement. The hole beneath the slab of granite is empty. The dwarf drops to his knees and begins to dig frantically, but to no avail. There's nothing here. His puzzlement rapidly turns to anger. Where the F is it? I left it here, I did. But then a realization dawns upon him. He slaps his forehead. Of course, there's Sadirar living nearby, some sort of shithole of theirs, was passes for a village among their mongrel kind. Those cocksuckers must have taken it. Come on, Vagrus, let's go there and reclaim what's mine. Well, that's a little racist, my man. Set out to the village to where Garrick thinks his loot was taken. After climbing a few hills, you come upon a tiny settlement that apparently belongs to a group of Utvarar. It is a sad collection of tents and a few tumble-down huts, all of them displaying the red-orange colors of the Sadirar fire tribe. Scum! Garrick hisses between his teeth. Can't eke out a living for themselves, weak as they are, but not too proud to lay their filthy hands on honest dwarves' belongings. I say we kill them all right here, right now. Perhaps it would be wiser to look around the village and investigate first. Order of full assault. No, let's look around. We're perceptive. The villagers do not even try to stop you from strolling around among their tents and huts as you please. They are in way too much awe of you. Evidently, these are very poor people, but that does not keep them from trying to be as welcoming as they can and offer you some water and small bowls of food. It does not look at all like they have got their hands on any valuable treasure lately, except, would you look at that, son of a bitch! Garrick suddenly hisses. Farther from the crowd is the crowd of villagers. In the shades of an awning stands a lone hunter, wearing an elaborate necklace. That's one piece of my stash! Oi, effer, stop right there! The hunter tries to hide the trinket under his rags, but it is too late. Garrick rushes up to him and grabs him by the collar. And there, look at the rings on his paws. Mine too, all of them. Where's the rest, you dirty thief? Confront the Sadirar hunter. The man tries to get away, but Garrick holds him firmly. You demand an explanation in your most authoritative voice. The visibly shaken Sadirar man answers in a stammering whisper. But please, good traveler, forgive me. I didn't know. Found the buried stash by accident. Thought it was some ancient treasure belonging to no one. Didn't mean any harm. Where's the fucking rest? Garrick shouts at him. I said the F word. I'm sorry, YouTube. The man's legs are jelly. I'll give it back, I swear. What's left of it? What do you mean, what's left of it? Garrick is out of his mind, shaking the hunter violently. The answer is barely audible. I spent some on food and water for my people, but bought it from a traveling merchant. You can have that too. What good will some lizards on a stick and a skin of putrid water do me, you idiot? I need my money. Garrick draws his pistol and presses it to the man's forehead. The villagers scream in terror and outrage, but do not dare to intervene. That's it, laddie, he says coldly. You took what's mine, I'll take what's yours. Be glad I don't kill the rest of your verminkin. His finger twitches on the weapon's trigger. Intervene before Garrick can pull the trigger. Hey, we got Gorgoro's loyalty back up. You quickly push aside Garrick's hand before he could shoot. The dwarven weapon, ear-shattering boom, echoes out over the desert sands. The villagers back away in terror, but their fellow hunter remains unharmed. Garrick is overcome by a sick rage. Just what you reckon you're doing, he screams. That bloody fella is mine. My right of insult, but you can tell that his killing lust has ebbed. He too can see the rest of the Sadirar, who, albeit frightened at the moment, might erupt in violence at any time. Fine then, you goody effing two shoes wee bitch, he grumbled as he gathered his belongings, cradling them in his arms. Let's sod off then. You'll get your share once all my stashes are tallied. We did tally all your stashes, you psycho. With that, he plods away. You think that it is best if you yourself leave the village as hastily as possible, but before you can do so, the Sadirar hunter stops you to thank you for saving him. You nod briefly and then follow Garrick, who cradles his recovered valuables like a parent does a child. We continue the journey. I guess we'll talk to Garrick tonight. Maybe? If he's not too pissed off, that is. Send out our people to get some food. Try to talk to Gorgoro again, because I think he's congenial again. Yeah, we did it! Gorgoro rubs the back of his neck and grimaces. I don't usually talk about this, he says, looking at you, then smiles, but I suppose you're right, Vagrus. He remains silent for quite a while before speaking again. My tribe, the one I hail from, is no more. The few survivors were scattered to the wind and live by themselves far from the Darkmoor, like me. Not sure if there's a point in going into the details. Suffice it to say, we were betrayed during a period of strife and turmoil, but I wasn't there. I had a fallout with my brother and father, so I left to forge my own destiny. And so my father is dead, and my brother, well, he scratches his head and frowns. This was years and years ago. The tribe that fought mine was also decimated, but in those days we were betrayed by a warrior called Crag-Gorn, my father's right-hand man. He went on to become a renowned mercenary in the Empire, then retired. That never sat right with me. Fine, I abandoned the tribe and now they're gone, but that old effort got out unscathed despite being the center of what went down. I kept thinking about avenging my people, about challenging Crag-Gorn, but the time was never right. I never got around to it. Lately, I've been thinking about this again. If I keep putting it off much longer, the old fart will peter out before I can chop his ugly head off. Offer your assistance in setting up a challenge. The warrior snorts, but then he sees you are not jesting. He narrows his eyes. Tell you what, he says, nodding. Since I'd need someone in such a venture with extensive experience with arena and pit fighting, why don't we take our time and talk about that? Then we'll see. There's no rush, and we can do this anytime you want. Talk about your experiences now. We have not talked about... I guess we have to do... Ah, yes. So we have to go fight in the arenas, and then we can talk to him about that. All right, very cool. We have progressed his thing. Let's go talk to Garrick now. He's probably mad. Let's give him a gift before we talk to him. Give him a bonus. Now, about his plans. Time to talk about your share of the stashes. All right, mate. Calm your tits, the dwarf replies with an obnoxious grin. Got your money right here. No need to be mean. What was it again? Yes, your fee, the impatience of some people. He hands you the amount you agreed upon earlier. With that settled, you ask him what he plans to do next. Garrick shrugs. No idea, mate. Really no effing clue. This here's fine money, yet still not enough to make up for me losses. Maybe I'll invest it somehow. For the time being, I reckon I'll stick with your Sorios Comitatus. I keep bouncing between Scottish and Australian, I think. Which is not fair, because the Dark Elves are Australian. You take your share of Garrick's retrieved stashes. Holy crap! That was a hell of a lot of money. I guess we have to maybe continue gaining his loyalty? What is your loyalty at, my man? Just congenial. Okay, so maybe we gotta push him all the way to friendly and then we can upgrade him again. But we could probably upgrade him now. Sure enough. Pistol shot needs to be at prowess 6, which we can only get him to 5. Unfortunate. Lock and load? I wonder if you can get lock and load upgraded to the point that... I'm not sure. That he wouldn't have to reload every single time. Prospective at the very least. But we have 45 insight. I'll look into that later. Let's end the day. Let's push on to Larnak. They have found 2 supplies among the desert sand. We're probably going to end up fighting some worms along the way here. We don't get anything from that, so let's go ahead and rest. Maybe we'll get lucky. You never know. We're probably like 3 days out. Whoa, blot out the voices. Do it. We've done it, I think. I didn't actually read it. All right, 1 day away. Keep away, worms. Keep back. We're doing okay. 1 more day. We can make it to Larnak. I believe we've done it. Ah ha ha ha! You stupid worms. Smuggle in. We've done the good deed, and then show them my license. And ta-da! Before I forget, let's give them the fruits. Oh no, I brought too much fruit. I can only sell them fruit every 10 days. Well, that's good to know that I overbought fruit. Maybe we can sell the fruit here. Maybe we'd take it with us to Arcane or something like that. But we did good. We've accomplished a lot today, actually. I'm proud of us. Oh, let's go turn in our missions as well. Before I forget that as well. All turned in. Well done, team. And our cargo has been reduced to next to nothing. Cool. All right, let's pause the episode there. If you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus of the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye, everybody.